Okay, so we're going to do a Monday puzzle today, and somebody's not feeling well. I had some food last night from a couple of street vendors that perhaps I should have thought better of. This is the first time I've ever gotten sick from eating something in Europe, but I'm sure it won't be the last. So therefore, we're not winding down at all. We are coping with some antioxidants from a good espresso, and of course some good old-fashioned German mineral water, heavy in zinc, magnesium, and calcium, and quite delicious right out of the tap. So stay hydrated, and let's try to see if we can jump into this puzzle. Let's jump into this grid. So what have we got here today? We have a Monday grid, April 8th, in our common era of the 24th year of the second millennium. Peter Gordon did this grid and edited by Joel Faliano. So let's go ahead and hop into this grid, see if I can somehow make myself a little bit more lively, though I feel kind of icky. Here we go. Okay, a 17-syllable Japanese poem. Well, we know that a haiku is 5, 7, 5. 5 and 5 is 10, and 7 is 17. So I'm assuming this is a haiku. Assuming. Government agent targeting counterfeiters. In dated lingo, I think that was a government agent would be a T-man. They call them treasury men. Treasury men. Petty quarrel, maybe a tiff or a spat. Let's see what we got on the down on this one. Marissa of Crazy Stupid Love. Well, that's Tomei. So I think we know it's a tiff and not a spat. I mean, it could have been a snit. Huh? Right? Locker room emanation. I'm assuming this is an odor. Gross. Spanish painter Jean, and that's Miro. One of my favorite artists. Smallville family. Potato turnover in a Jewish deli, and those are Knishes. So I guess these are Kents. I guess Smallville's about Superboy or Superman as a young man. I don't really know. 2007 Santana hit that would be apt to play during a 46 across. Event across the United States on 8 April, and with 57 across, a 1983 Bonnie Tyler hit that would be apt to play during a 46 across. Well, common uniform number for a soccer goalkeeper is 1. Okay, so why did I just do that? Well, because I'm trying to think. I think 46 across is probably total eclipse, and that meaning Bonnie Tyler, it was of the heart, but I needed to make sure that it was of the heart. And that way, that's why I did this 1 down here, or this 57 down, and came up with the number 1, because most soccer goalies are number 1. And of course, we got Fat Tuesday, so that just furthers my thought. Holiday procedure is Eve. And Manx cats lack, those are tails. One time I got confused. I thought it might be hair, and you can see how hair and tail could, I might have the A and the I looking really good, but if I don't have an H here, then I'd be in trouble. They may be liberal, I'm thinking arts. And Greek T is a tau, and state with Arches National Park is Utah. So what do we got here? Like corgis by origin. Yes, they are Welsh. It's a dog breed from Wales. Argentina's Perron is a Vita. International group with many European members, probably be NATO, and boys only school since 1440, Eton. And Powerball game, maybe Lotto, right? Tube that uses gravity to transfer liquids. shown to the door, maybe seen out. And if that's what I have this, and I'm thinking this is a siphon. So international group with many African members is probably going to be OPEC. And do we have an épée here? Olympic fencing event. Yes, épée. Got it now. And deliberately avoid. Eschew. And yes, so now we're here. And I can see we've got total eclipse kind of just jumping right out at us here. So total eclipse of the heart. Message sent through cyberspace. Choir voice, maybe a tenor. And the last letter of the Greek alphabet is Omega. And also my favorite watch brand, Dilly Dally. No. Message sent through cyberspace is going to be an email, I guess, then. Can't think of anything else it could be right now, but this emoji is the nerd emoji. Fairy tale monster is typically an ogre. And dilly dally. Beams of light, rays. So I guess that's Terry for dilly dally. And White House staffers are aides. Okay, so what do we got here on this double L? Counting everything. In all. Aswan Dam's river, that's the Nile, can be found there. Okay, in the style of Allah, and this makes this guac. Guac is a dip with avocado, I'm assuming. Radioactive element discovered by the Curries, and I think that's polonium. Slotted piece that fits behind a padlock is a hasp, I guess. Choir voice, I'm going to go with an alto then, and that gives me polonium. Well, it gives me enough to where I feel like I've got polonium there. Currency of Iran or Yemen is the rial. And touchdown, a lit. Gear for a racehorse or a rock climber would be a harness. 1997 U2 hit that would be apt to play during a 46 across. So, well, I don't think it would be apt to play. This is something you probably don't want to do, but staring at the sun, I think is what it was called. I had to look at it. I was going to say staring into the sun, but I got confused. Italian wine region. Well, with 4 letters, I think it's going to be Asti. Cartoonist Bill, who created the Family Circus. The Family Circus is Keen. Canadian gas station name. Well, it's also the name of gas stations here in Europe, too. It's Esso. I think the mother company of Exxon are just a different named version of it. So the ballerina skirt is a tutu, and peevish state is a snit. I was going to say that we could have used snit up here for tiff. Kapow. Polonium. Sorry, I was going to say that's bam, but it ain't going to work with an N there. Cuts of beef that may be slow roasted, and those would be briskets. And I do miss brisket, good Texas brisket. Kevin Hart is our comedian, I think, and then give off his light, maybe emit. Carding at a bar, for example, for short is IDing, back and forth, and winter ground covering, maybe frost. Kind of class labeled 101, intro. Santana hit that would be apt to play during a total eclipse would be Into the Night, I think. Arch nemesis of the Avengers, and I don't really know this for sure. I'm thinking it's Thanos, though. I haven't watched any of it. I don't know. Red blank, spicy candies. I think those are Red Hots. My wife used to like those when she was younger, I think. Ions. Conceal, hide. Okay, we got a really simple puzzle today. 1971 Cat Stevens hit that would be apt to play during a 46 across. So I'm thinking this is I'm being followed by a moon shadow. Okay, bear-like is Ursine. Barbie role for Brian Gosling. I think he was Ken, and I did see it. Object of adoration would be an idol. And we have soothing balm ingredient, maybe aloe. And let's see what we got here. Like your big brother or sister. I don't think they're gonna be your elders. They're gonna be older. And fish in. And unagi roll is eel, and where a remote worker works from is home. And with that, let's hope we didn't fat finger anything. How'd we do, Bob? I mean, this is a very clever puzzle. It was very, very simple, but it was very, very clever, and I thought it was fabulous. I really liked the bringing the music in. A lot of it very classically oriented stuff. But a nice span there from the baby boom all the way up to Gen X there. And we got even had some music in there from U2 and Bonnie Tyler. I mean, that's kind of fun. But anytime you bring Carlos Santana into the picture, it's going to be fabulous, right? So I'm going to focus on getting myself feeling better so that perhaps I will have a bit more energy tomorrow when we wind down again. In the meantime, I think a nap is in order. Otherwise, I wish you all the very best. And remember, if you can, try to learn it in every single language possible. Au revoir, auf Wiedersehen, arrivederci, adios, masalamati, annyeonghaseyo, tambiet, shalom, aloha, and ciao. And be well, be careful, and be good to one another. It's a really kind of a cool thing to do, not being a douchebag. Just think about it. Cheers.